Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of the Real Talk Journeys of Resilience and Success. And today we are on episode 91. Yeah, and today's guest is Sylvia Morton. She will be joining us in a few minutes. So before we dive into an interview today, let me introduce myself for those who doesn't know me. My name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but currently residing here in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor. All right, so let's going back to the episode 91. Like I mentioned, today our guest is Sylvia Morton. Our special guest, Sylvia, is a woman who has experienced life challenges, celebrated victories, navigated change, and continue moving forward with determination and purpose. So that's my little introduction for Sylvia, and let's bring our guest to the studio. Hi, Sylvia. Thank you for
Hi,
coming.
Sandy. Hi, how are you?
Good, and you?
Good, thanks. Thank you for having me on your platform.
Thank you so much. Okay, so for today's interview, we're going to be dividing that into five segments. So the first one will be the segment Getting to Know Sylvia. So you guys gonna hear a little bit more about Sylvia. The second segment will be about her resilience journey. And the third one will be about the growth through change. And the fourth one will be family, leadership, and purpose. And lastly, we're going to have wisdom for others. So let's dive into the questions. Uh, okay, so the first question for you, Sylvia, is for those meeting you for the first time, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your family?
Okay, hi, thanks for having me here. Okay, my name is Sylvia. I'm originally from Africa and I am now living in Canada. I have four grown up children and five beautiful grandchildren. I'm originally from Zambia and I moved to Canada in 2020 to start a new chapter in my life. And I became a Canadian citizen in 2025.
Thank you so much. So there you go. So thank you, Sylvia, for introducing yourself to the guests, to the audience. Okay, so the next one is, what are some experiences that have shaped the woman you are today? So let's inspire some women here.
Okay, thanks for that question, Sandy, because there's many experiences in my life. I'm now 65 years old, so I can tell you a lot of things, but mainly working in the hospitality industry for over 25 years taught me how to connect with people and from all walks of life. Starting and running my own businesses taught me resilience, leadership, and the importance of believing in myself.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, so a lot of through your journey, you have experienced so many things that allow you to grow and to be the woman who you are today. So another question for you is, looking back, what dreams did you have for your life when you were younger?
Oh gosh, all the dreams I have, it's not what came. Life always changes, but I've always dreamed of creating a good life, for my family, having financial security, and making a positive difference in people's lives. Those dreams have stayed with me, even though my paths have changed over the years.
Yes. Thank you so much. Yeah, I do agree. Sometimes we have some dreams, but life makes some detours in our life, but that doesn't mean that's the end. And then you get to find something more, around the corner. So um, move on to the next one. What values have guided you through life's different seasons?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of values in my life, but mainly my values is faith, integrity, perseverance, and kindness, and just caring for people, no matter what season I'm in. Those values have helped me moving forward.
Thank you so much, Sylvia. Yeah, I'm a testament of like looking at your business profile and personal. I see how you volunteer and helping, the community. So uh, giving yourself your time to serve others. So thank you so much. Okay, so now we're moving to the segment two, where we're talking about resilience journey for Sylvia. And the first question is, what has been one of the most challenging seasons you have had to navigate?
Um, I've faced a lot of challenges in my life. But starting over later in life in a new country was very challenging for me. But it pushed me out of my comfort zone and required me to rebuild with courage and determination. Um, yeah,
Thank you so much. Yeah, so I think your story will relate to so many immigrants. I'm also, I came a little bit younger, but I still, it doesn't matter what age, as an immigrant, you face challenges, adapting to the new culture, the weather, especially us, for us, like we
yeah,
come from very hot weather. So,
exactly. Especially me.
yeah,
Minus 40 degrees. I thought, what am I doing here?
yes, I know. I came in the summertime, just a little, and I come in summertime,
Oh,
and for
okay,
me, it
that's
was
good.
like, it still was like winter for me.
My son and his wife came to visit me and they said, "We never coming back to visit you again. This is ridiculous. It was just too much." They came at the wrong time. It was too cold.
Oh, okay. So the next question for you is, um, during the difficult moments, what helped you keep moving forward?
Um, During my difficult times, I can say my faith was one of the main things that kept me moving forward, uh, and the belief that every challenge has a lesson. I focused on taking one step at a time instead of trying to solve everything at one time. So, step by step is what has helped me.
Yes. Yeah. So thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Like you mentioned, many times, we face challenges, but we just have to, do it little by little, and face
Yes,
them, because
yes,
that's the only way you're going to keep moving forward.
yes,
You don't have to let yourself stop for what you have encountered in front of you. So
that's right.
thank you for those inspiring words. Okay, so the next question for you is, was there a setback that eventually became a blessing in disguise?
Yeah, absolutely. There was quite a few setbacks, and if I didn't have them, I don't think I would have been strong as the way I am right now. So, absolutely. Some of the hardest moments in my life forced me to grow and discover my strengths I didn't even know that I had. And looking back, they helped me shape who I am today.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, and many times, we don't realize that, those setbacks, like you mentioned, it made you the woman that you are today. You
Yeah,
you kind of like discover yourself of things that you
exactly.
didn't think that you were
Yeah,
able to do. Yeah.
yes, that's true.
Okay. So the next question for you is, um, what role has faith, mindset, or personal belief played in your journey?
It's actually played a huge role in my life. I believe our mindset determines uh, whether we see obstacles or opportunities. Faith gave me hope, and mindset helped me take action. I just had to change my mindset and say, "You can do it." No matter what, you can do it, and that's what helped, as well as faith.
Yes. Yes, thank you for sharing that. Yeah, faith is very important because that's what makes us believe. That there is hope that we can do it, and like you mentioned, mindset, um, to know that even though it might be something difficult getting out of that comfort zone, but you know that you have to do it. So you have to work on that mindset to take action. So thank you for sharing that. Okay,
Yeah.
so the next segment that we're going to be talking now is the growth through change. So the first question for you would be, um, how has your definition of success evolved over the years? It's a good
Well,
question.
yeah. Well, when I was younger, success was about achieving things, always achieving. You had to achieve to be successful. You have to achieve to be successful. It was always drummed in your mind. which is true in a way. But today I can say success means freedom, peace of mind, time with your family, and living a life on your own terms. That's what I could call success right now in my age. Thanks.
Yes. Thank you so much for that. And it's true, like success means different for everybody, and like you mentioned, when we started, just because, that's the way that, we have raised, through generation after generation. So we call it success, to be able to have a title, to be able to have something that you own. But then later on life, like you mentioned, or even before, depending, this is again goes back to mindset of what you want, in
Yes,
life, how your perspective change, how what you see around, and how you can create a better life. So for you, that success doesn't have the same meaning. It has more meaning, to take care of yourself, to have more time, with
that's
loved
right.
ones, have that control of your life,
That's
the
right.
time freedom. So
Yeah,
yeah,
so true.
thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, so the next question for you: what are some lessons you've learned through the life's transitions?
Um, I've learned that change is uncomfortable, but growth happens when you embrace it. Every season we know teaches us something valuable. So be comfortable with change. It makes you grow. And that's what I've learned in my life.
Yes, thank you so much. And it is true, yes. Many times, we like to feel comfortable where we are, but we realize that, sometimes when we step in out of our comfort zone, that's when we grow, and we are able to do things that we thought that we couldn't. So it really teaches that, you have to learn and
Yeah,
to step out of the comfort zone.
honestly, yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Okay, so the next question is, what fears have you had to overcome in order to grow?
Oh gosh, I've been through that. And it's getting better. It's getting better. But my biggest fear was starting over, and the fear of what others think. That was my biggest fear of judgment. What are others thinking? Will I do it right? Am I doing the right thing? Did I make the right choice? Yeah. So I've learned that growth begins when we move forward despite fear.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that. And I think a lot of us, that especially, when we're stepping out from the usual, we're talking about people who have jobs and step out to now build their businesses online, you know. We are very conscious to what you mentioned, because I was
Yes.
one of them, but as you go through your journey, you start working on your mindset, and you realize, that those might be, actually, it might be true, it might not be true, it's not, we don't really know,
Yes.
but the truth here is that you have to go for what you want. You have to,
Mm-hmm.
don't listen to the noises outside, and just focus on what you want, because that's what
Yeah,
it will
what you
get you to
believe
where
in.
you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah. Believe in it. Just have to believe in it to make it work.
Yes. We do have a comment here from Outplush Chimkondan. He say, okay, no problem. Thank you for your comment. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Um, so yeah, so okay, so let's move on to the next one. What fears have you had to overcome in order to grow? Oh no, sorry, I got the wrong
No,
one.
I think you've done that
What
one.
strength? Yeah. What strength?
Yeah.
What strengths have you discovered about yourself that surprise you?
Um, the strength of speaking my mind, saying what feels right to me and not listening to the noise. And most of all, my resilience. Life showed me that I'm stronger than I actually imagined, really.
Yes, thank you for sharing that, because that will inspire so many people that many times are afraid to speak their mind. So but you're able to do it, so it's just a matter of take that courage to do it. And like you mentioned, building that resilience, is something that we learn as we go. Every experience, every challenge that we face, help us to uh, have more resilience, and to be able to overcome those challenges that we
That's
face in
right.
the future. Okay, so the segment 4 will be about family, leadership, and purpose. So the next question is, what has family taught you about resilience and perseverance?
Um, I could say family gives you the reason to keep going. I started a family at a very young age in my 20s, and I had four children in my 20s. So you have to be resilient. You know, these children are under you. It's up to you to make their lives work. And so there's a lot of pressure there and a lot of growing as well. So they've taught me the importance of love, sacrifice, and absolutely never giving up. You just never give up. You just keep going.
Yes, thank you for sharing that, because that's the power of my mom. Mom are, you became mom with four children, and that's at a younger age, and that's not easy. So, but at the same time, you knew that you have those little ones that they need you, so that the love that you give to them, and what you needed um to provide for them, and be there. So thank you for sharing that. It will inspire so many women out there. Okay, so the next one is, how do you balance caring for others while continuing to grow personally?
Um, I've learned as I grow older, and now I'm in my later age, that taking care of myself isn't selfish anymore. I used to take care of other people and thinking, I come last. No, I've got to do this. I don't need it. Let me give it to somebody, which is fine, which is great. But when I continue growing and learning, I'm better able to support the people I love by caring for myself first, so I
Mhm.
can give. So that's what I've learned.
Yes, thank you for sharing that. Yeah, it's just like, when we hear on the airplane, before you can help others, you have to put your mask
That's on.
first. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
So you have to be able to take care of yourself to be able to help the others. So thank you for
That's right.
sharing
Yeah.
that. All right. So the next question is, what does leadership mean to you today?
Um, I've been, I could say I was a leader in my days. I still am in a way. But when I was having my own businesses and being a teacher, looking after students, I found that I had to be an example. Like until today, people are still calling me who know me from 20 years ago, like, thank you so much. I am where I am today because you taught me this, because I know this because of you. Thank you for that. So it's showing others what's possible through your actions and not just your words. So that's what I would say leadership is.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that. And that is true. That's one of the qualities of leadership, it's not just saying, but actually doing it.
Doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing that you mentioned is, inspiring others that, if Sylvia could do it, so can I, and
Yeah,
tell them, to believe in themselves. So
that's right.
thank you for sharing that. And the next question is, what impact do you hope to have on the people around you?
Um, I hope to inspire people to believe that it's never, never too late to start again. Dream bigger and create the life you love, no matter what age you are, no matter what circumstances. Just dream big and create your own life.
Mhm. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Yeah, that's something that, being on social media platforms, sharing your story, is able to inspires others that are watching you on the other side of the screen, because they can see, it's never too late to start. Many times we think like, oh, it's too late to start doing this, but it's not. It's about willing to be to learn, to start from beginner again, to
Yes,
have an open minded to keep learning and to keep growing.
yes.
So thank you so much. Okay, so the next segment is wisdom for others. So, what advice would you give to someone who feels stuck right now?
Um, I would say don't focus on the whole journey. Don't assume your best years are behind you. You know, sometimes the opportunities that's meant for you appears in the season when you least expect it. You know, stay open and be willing to learn. And small actions taken consistently can completely change your life.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, there were so many nuggets in there, so I hope so you catch what Sylvia shared in that answer. Okay, so the next question is, what would you say to someone who is afraid to start something new?
Um, I was there and I know all about it, but I've gone over it. I've learned how to overcome it. So I'd say courage doesn't mean you're not afraid. It means you're taking action anyway. You know, the life you want is often on the other side of your fear. So take the action. You never know until you know.
Yes, thank you for sharing that. Yeah, and I totally agree with you. Many times, we're afraid to do something, but um, you never know, like you mentioned, what is on the other side of that line, fear is many times, that window that allows to grow, that window that allows to be able to find opportunities, but many times we are afraid to cross that line, because we feel comfortable where we are. um quick little sample, I don't swim. Okay, my sister and I, we went to a river rafting. We wanted to attend a river rafting, so we paid for it to do it.
Okay.
And when we got there, we saw the river and we got scared, although she knows more to swim than I do. But uh, we wanted to go back up, because we were
Yeah.
afraid. And they say, sorry, we cannot refund your money. So my sister and I say, okay, let's do it. And we did it. And if I
Oh,
didn't do it, I wouldn't have that experience. It was an amazing
exactly.
experience. So I was like, oh my God, that's it. I wanted to do more,
That's it. That's
So,
it. That's
yeah.
it.
So it's a matter of trying. Don't let your fears
That's right.
hold you and stop
Yes,
you.
that's it.
Yeah. So the next one is, if you could speak to your younger self, what would you tell her?
Oh gosh, I'd tell her like a whole book, honestly, to be honest. You know, there's just so much. Um, when I was younger, and especially starting a business and having all the responsibilities and having these children that I had to care for, I always thought that I had to be right. I couldn't do this unless I was right. If I make a mistake, no, that's not for me. If I start this and I don't know that, I can't start. So that is really something I would tell myself, like trust yourself more, you know, stop worrying about being perfect and start believing what's possible. That's what I would tell my younger self.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's very good advice. And I think hopefully, if someone is in the same position where you are afraid, just take the advice from Sylvia and do it. Um, so that's what we would like to change it back. But, at the same time, we are here because of all those challenges and setbacks. So we became who we are. But yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so the next one is, what legacy do you hope to leave behind?
The legacy I hope to leave behind is that people remember me as someone who cared deeply, encouraged others, and showed that resilience can challenge and challenges can change into opportunities.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that, Sylvia. Yeah. So the legacy to be able to inspire others to believe, to continue and not let them stop, to continue on your dreams, to make changes in their lives. So, um, and the people that you help, the people that you inspire, just like you mentioned on your uh people that you helped before, and they say, thank you, Sylvia, I am who I am today. That's the legacy that you want to leave
That's
behind,
right. Yeah,
yeah.
that's it.
Okay, so we have a power question for you. Well, actually, two questions. So the first one is, what is one belief that helped you stay strong through life's challenges?
Um, I could say my one belief that every challenges comes with the opportunity to grow. You know, every challenge. If you don't take that challenge, you'll never know. You'll never grow. So no matter how difficult life gets, I believe there's always a way forward.
Yes, 100% agree on that. So thank you so much. Okay, so two last questions for you. The first one is, what inspired you to start an online business?
Okay, that's something I really ever knew I would do. I was never tech savvy or anything, but because, as we say, we're growing now into so many different ways in life and how to be successful. After moving to Canada, I wanted to create more flexibility, continue growing personally, and build something that wasn't limited by location. So I was looking for a way to learn new skills, connect with people, and create more choices for my future. That's what led me to explore an online space, and I'm so glad I did it. I'm learning every day and growing every day.
Thank you so much, Sylvia. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, and I think a lot of people might feel the same way as you, to looking for a different way, especially you came to a new country, where it's all new. So, and doing an online business, like you mentioned, you never thought that you were going to do it. So we all, yeah, we're lucky, I guess, and blessed that this is available to us, in this digital era, that allow us to try something that will allow us to have more flexibility and time, so to be able to do the things that we want.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, and the last question for you: if everyone watching today could remember one message from your story, what would you want the message to be?
Um, um, I want people to see that it's never too late to reinvent yourself, whether you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, even 70s, Um, you can still learn new skills, pursue new opportunities, and create a different future. It's never too late to start a new chapter. Your past doesn't define your future. And as long as you're willing to take the first step, amazing things are still possible.
Yes, well said. Thank you for sharing those wise words. And thank you also, for giving me some time, and the audience here to be able to hear your story, your journey, and your inspiration, So hopefully, a lot of people get inspired with your story and they get to connect with you. So if you want to connect and you want to follow Sylvia on her business page, where can they find you?
Yeah, yeah,
So that's her website if you want to, and also the name of your business page is
yeah.
Sylvia.
www.sbridget.live.
Okay, thank
Just
you
get
so much.
information, and that's all it is. Then, if it's a fit for you, that's fine. If it's not, that's fine. Just information to help people who are stuck in their lives. That's all it is.
Thank you so much. So saying that, we have arrived to the end of our live. So we want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. And to our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. We also want to say again, thank you so much to Sylvia for letting us, giving us some time today, to be able to learn a little bit about her journey and her story with us. So thank you again, Sylvia.
Thanks. Thanks so much, Sandy, for having me. It was great. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Sylvia. So that's it for today, and we'll see you again on another episode of the Real Talk Journeys of Resilience and Success with another story and another guest. Thank you, everyone. God bless you all.
Bye. Bye
Thank you for
bye.
watching.